the most critical thing about exits is that you want a buyer who, for some reason, is very highly motivated and worried about either someone else buying the company before they do, or just for some reason losing, IP or some other key element that the company can bring them that they don't see anywhere else. So I think that, what I always tell any founders who are really starting to think seriously about selling a company, the first thing is, do you have an excited buyer, not just a buyer who's a potential buyer or a logical buyer. It has nothing to do with logic. It has everything to do with emotional FOMO at the end of the day. And then the other thing I would just say is there's a really important thing that founders have to keep in mind, which is the price tag on a sale is always what everybody pays attention to. But it's not necessarily the most important thing. There'll be situations where companies are not really measured by the actual price of a given purchase, that is, that would be, in the news if it's public information, or that would be in Seraph if it's not. What we, first of all, what you can see is very often the actual sales are pretty complex and have a lot of contingencies in them. And unfortunately, sometimes, especially first-time founders who haven't had an exit before, don't recognize that, that bright, shiny number that they're supposedly anointing you to when someone makes an offer doesn't necessarily translate into anything like that once the actual deal has gone forward. So deals are complicated. Everyone is different, and it really pays for founders, once they are selling their company, to get really good advice from specialists, including possibly some angels. But by that point, usually it's not angels. It's usually, law firms or advisory firms that are really on their side, and they should be very careful about exactly what they are getting before they sign.